This Bond movie is the last Jedi of Bond movies. Oh, absolutely. It is absolutely so polarizing. I'm hearing lifelong Bond fans who I trust to review everything say they really love the direction it went, and I'm hearing lifelong Bond fans say they really hated it. I'm gonna dip on my actual review of this, but I'm gonna tell you, should you take your girlfriend to see this? I don't think she would like it. There's a lot of weird and unusual repetitive controversy that we keep seeing. This is going to be the same crap with The Last Jedi. People are going to claim racism. They're going to claim sexism. They're going to claim they're setting this one up that it's going to be not a huge success. First off, No Time to Die director says it should never, they will never come out on day and date. Why, pray tell? Is it because, you'd lose too much money? That nobody would go to the theater and see it? No major Hollywood movie has faced more hectic release schedule than No Time to Die. The 25th entry of the James Bond franchise was originally scheduled for theatrical release in November 2019, but that date was pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And after the original director, Danny Boyle, departed the project, didn't they rewrite the whole entire crapping thing? I thought they were rewriting it on the fly, too. Then they brought in Phoebe Waller-Bridge, or as we call her, Poob, for short, because it's easier to type than Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's a Jeff meme from Lower Class. He's a great guy. Go check out his channel. By then, filmmaker Yoji Fukunaga, I hope I'm saying it right, had completed production, but the coup had forced the distributor to postpone it until November. Alright, well, it came out. It came out yesterday. Wednesday, technically. Last month, a satirical headline from The Onion joked, MGM pushes No Time to Die back to November 2019. They probably should have at this point. The experience has left him in the strange position of promoting a movie he finished a long time ago. Feels like the last 3 years have been a blur. It was all of those things, one after another. He said he was relieved that MGM remained committed to releasing it exclusively in theaters, then returning to day-and-date strategy as some studios have done. Well, because every time they lose money, don't they? They end up with ginormous flops and having to hush-hush and pay Scarlett Johansson a bunch of money. Or, they have to maybe, allegedly pad a box office themselves, which they probably don't do, but that's something to consider too, right? Fukunaga said he worried at the times that studios would follow the same path, especially since the news that MGM had acquired Amazon for $8.49 billion. That was one of the things we were hearing as well. However, he just didn't want to lose money, basically. I'm glad because we were going to make more money this way. So opening weekend in the UK was at 119 million. So it needs 900 million to break even. We know that. Guess what though? This is why. Here's the real reason why they're not going to do day and date. Because they know this movie is not gonna please every Bond fan. Not every Bond fan. No Time to Die could open to less than Spectre or Skyfall, and that's okay. Solo's going to lose money, and that's a good thing. Remember how they like to word these for the investors. This is so the investor thinks, oh, it's all right. We have an excuse. It's not our fault we lost you money, but it's really our fault we lost you money. Because if this were an amazingly good, wonderful movie, everybody would be out there. Oh my God, you gotta go see this. I would be recommending it. I'm not. I'm saying wait. It's a rental at best. You're not missing anything unless you are a diehard James Bond fan who has to go to every single movie as tradition. Then I'm not going to stop you either way, and you're probably going to enjoy yourself, or you'll be sitting there thinking, did I like that? Wait a minute. No, I don't like this. I don't want to see my Bond die. But then again, I'm also hearing people say, yeah, at that point in Bond's life, it makes sense for him to be where he's at when what happens without spoiling the film. And I've already gone into spoilers in other videos. So this is going to be a Last Jedi for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to see different things. Will your girlfriend want to go see this with you? No. She's going to be like, I'll watch it at home where I can like get up or I can play Candy Crush or something if I get bored, because there's a lot of boring bits if you're not a diehard James Bond lore fan. All right. That's I guess my best way I can review this without actually reviewing it, but might open to less, and they're gonna make excuses that if the media attention determined box office, No Time to Die would have been the biggest opening in history. The film's industry's longest running franchise became a symbol of Hollywood in the time of the Koof Koof, when it became the first movie in response to the Koof to move again and again. However, don't let the metaphor stretch too far. It's very likely to fall short of the opening numbers. Ooh, even short of Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I've heard that that one was packed, and people are pretty much liking that one as well. Have you seen Venom? I'm not a Venom person, so I don't think I would give it a fair shake. So I just kind of wanted to skip on it and just meme it a little bit. The opening weekends of Spectre in 2015 and Skyfall in 2012, but that would not make Daniel Craig's last outing a box office disappointment. It would make James Bond normal. Here's why. So this is basically excuses for why this is going to underperform. They're just setting you up for it to underperform by going over the numbers here. It would follow a pattern that Carnage established the last weekend with 90 million. It's impressive, but it's normal. That is, it outgrossed the original. That's what almost all the Marvel character films do. Similarly, if No Time to Die grosses 60 million to 70, it will hit the mark of what's reasonable given precedent for current market conditions. They're blaming the Koofs and all that stuff. We don't know specifically. I think you would get a lot more money, though, if the girlfriends were recommended. Because, like, oh, yeah, Daniel Craig's so hot and sexy, and he does this and this. He doesn't, though. He really doesn't. You got Ana de Armas, whose only existence is to be tits in a machine gun and look like a 12-year-old wearing a dress made for a 24-year-old. That's her whole entire existence. Lashana Lynch. I didn't dislike her. She's actually quite charming in this. I like her little humanisms. You know, there's some humble moments. She smiles. She's quite charming. People are going to give her a bad shake, and a lot of idiots are going to blame isms and things for where there should be none. She's not any problem. The lighting director needs a talking to. I'll tell you that much, but similarly, Fandango reports that advanced ticket sales for No Time to Die are ahead of Carnage. So Fandango, at least it's a site people use. That's not necessarily even a comparison, since older audiences, particularly ones that want seat separation, are more likely to use this option than a younger crowd. Yeah, for the pre-sales, I usually will pre-order. Again, it's too long. You're going to have... They're saying... They're even blaming the runtime. Plenty of screens available. Seats generally won't be an issue for No Time to Die, despite its 163-minute runtime. However, United Artists will play the film almost exclusively on a higher price premium. Okay, we kind of figured that. So it's even going to be more expensive. So you're going to make some money because they're charging more money for the tickets. Because inflation, which we already knew about, which we warned people about last year. Hey, things are going to cost more if you keep printing money, idiots. But no, people don't listen to smart people. People just listen to the ring masses. That's why nobody's going to care if this movie underperforms, because they're going to tell the investors what they think the investors are going to hear, and the investors are going to be gullible old coots who are going to be like, oh, well, unless you actually have stock in this. You know, I mean, I have stock in Viacom, by the way. So I have a say in what Star Trek does. But I don't see this film being breaking any records. Probably. I could be wrong, however. If it hits 900 million, it's going to break even. If not, I mean, will it break 900? Maybe with the increases, with the price increases, with how many theaters it's going to be shown on. They'll probably leave it in a little longer. They're raising the prices on tickets. It could. But it's all about James Bond, and that's the problem. Yeah, and women don't like it. And the feminists don't like it. The very feminists who the movie is fucking for don't want to see it. That's kind of going to be part of the problem there. It's not going to satisfy the women. It's not going to satisfy the girlfriends coming in. For a moment there, the Daniel Craig Bond franchise seemed to have discovered a different formula. Sadly, that just isn't sustainable creatively or conceptually. So these people don't like it. This is why I say this is going to be The Last Jedi. You're going to have a lot of people slamming it and a lot of people liking it. No Time to Die is the final James Bond film. It's a transitional movie focused on a history and legacy, as it pointedly references and reprises the first Craig film. Yeah, so they don't even like it. Casino Royale was meant to reinvigorate the Bond franchise, and not just by casting the charismatic Craig. The film was set early in the Bond's career. The Bond, yes, a Bond's career, making him vulnerable and more human, primarily allowing another character to upstage him. Eva Green as Vesper Lynd. See, I liked Casino Royale. I did. And I've been hearing, actually, I listened to Robert Meyer Burnett say this. He seems to think that one of the problems is they retcon them retroactively, that they tied them all together after the fact. That doesn't seem like it works for me. If you want all these Bond films to connect, maybe have some sort of overarching story instead of, oh yeah, and here's a reference to that guy because we got him in the other movie. That's what it felt like to me. But so we're seeing, who wrote this one? Is this Hollywood Reporter? This is actual, this is the Peacock Network. Who's the Peacock? Think, opinion. Who wrote this? NBC? It's the Peacock NBC. So this is an actual news piece. This is NBC News. Yeah, it's NBC says this one. So NBC doesn't like it. It's just not a fun sit. It has fun moments, but it's not going to kind of keep you interested. I mean, if you're not... This is why I don't want to do like a specific review, but hopefully this will be enough of a review to let people know, do you want to see it, do you not? Watch Rob's review. I don't know how much into spoiler he's going to be. A lot of people are hating it. A lot of people are loving it. So I would recommend just waiting. I don't think this is going to be a rush out and see it unless you want to jump into the Bond debating and the online discussions and you want to really... Then I would probably say you're probably going to go see it anyway, whether I say to or not. So I am Mecca, and The Last Jedi is definitely what this Bond movie is. I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
I'm boned.